Alright, this is Albino and we're gonna go play some poker here. I already have the window up and open. We're playing UB just like last time. You can see I have about $5 more than my last video, depending on when I actually put out this video. I'm trying to find some open tables here. We're just gonna be four tabling again. I got a suggestion from one person to go ahead and do some sit and goes, and I will do some sit and goes. However, they take quite a while to actually finish, so you're probably talking about an hour's length of video. I'll try to find some of the shorter sit and goes that we just completely dominate and take down very quickly. That way I can show you how to completely maximize the tournament strategy. And tournaments are definitely a different strategy than normal gameplay here. See, in this I like to be very tight and very aggressive. In tournaments, I'm a little bit more loose, and you're still aggressive though. And in tournaments, you don't want to attack the chip leader. Looks like this is 7 deuce right here. I think I got myself, yeah, I got myself into a game of 7 deuce. We're gonna put that on the right side. I normally only play right 7 deuce. If I played on the left, the table won't be as profitable. Alright, and like I said before, we do have a lot of very loose players, so we're going to make a lot of money. They keep on calling with anything. We're going to take advantage of that and open up our starting hands to match their terrible gameplay. And that means we can play a lot more hands, and we'll win a lot more, and we're still going to do $5 because we're going to end up going all in a lot this game. Because of that, I can maximize my profits and minimize my losses. Now you may say, why not just play tight aggressive like you've been doing and maybe put $10 down? And you know, you're absolutely right. Why wouldn't we do that? Well, because you need one big hand every hour, and then you just keep on grinding and you small ball it out, and you go ahead and take down the flop, you take down, you know, pre-flop. You don't really want anything to drag out to a showdown, because if anything shows down, you're not really playing poker properly, or maybe it's just because it's an extremely big pot. So we have about 3 tables up now. I'm trying to find a fourth one. UB seems to be acting up, not actually allowing me to go to a table that's full. See, it's empty. This is why. Oh, look at that. It just took a second for some reason. That's strange. Alright, hopefully those network connections won't actually affect the gameplay. Alright, we got a backdoor flush draw here. And it is only an 8. That's about medium pair. At least it's an ace high, though. We're probably going to get out of it. He probably already has the flush. They're, like I said, see, these guys are wild. They're just calling anything. We're going to try to be a little smarter than that, but we still want to get in with a pretty good hand. Not necessarily the best, but pretty good. Alright, so let's see what they got here. He's betting 30, so the tables are turned. Maybe he was bluffing or something. Ooh, over the top, man. All in. Alright, we're going to make a note on one of these players, see their playing style, keep some notes, find the routine players. Ooh, this guy. Alright, so I think we caught him bluffing. I think we just caught this guy with his pants down bluffing. You can see I got my 7 deuce up. I got 3 tables going here. We're putting down the small and big blinds. I'm gonna make a note on him. It's really not nice to bluff. Alright, so may bluff you with 30 bet or re-raise of 30. Anymore and you fold, you know, because that's all we saw. We saw the bluff and the rebluff of 30. He didn't go a dollar. He didn't go $1.50. If he goes higher than that, he probably has it. You know, maybe if he goes 10 cents or something, he's trying to bait you. We're just gonna fold here. You know, there's really no point in continuing. That's a 2 and a 6. They're not really suited. They're connected. Yeah, see, one of them probably has the ace or the 9 or pocket kings. You can never be too careful on these tables. Now, usually I'd only play aces. Now we're going to play aces and queens, jacks, maybe a king-queen, a king-10 if I'm really feeling lucky, just depending on the position. Maybe if I'm on the button, I'll play a king-10 and raise it. You really don't want to limp into the hand unless it completely dominates, or maybe you want to call. Like, see that 40 bet? You may want to call there if I had a king-10 suited or a king-jack or something of that sort. You can see they're very loose players, so this is good. This is really good. We want to take advantage of this as much as possible. Alright. Not really any hands here. We're still trying to find the hands. You know, I found this great website. It tells me the odds of poker. You know, so you can say, what if I have an ace-king offsuit versus, like, say, 2 queens? And you calculate that, and you say, why did I lose when I had an ace-king? And luckily it comes back and it tells you, because 56% of the time, the queens are going to win. So a lot of people think the ace-king is a hand to go all in with. Actually, that's not the case. If you get re-raised with an ace-king, you may just want a flat call, depending on the size of the raise. Maybe pre-flop, maybe $1. I'll give you $1's range with a 5-10 cent. We're just going to limp in here. This is a possible really good hand. We need to land the flush draw. I got an ace-high flush draw. You got all these limpers. That means they all have pretty poor hands. If we catch an ace, we're lucky. Alright, we got the backdoor flush draw. That's something we want to slow play, so we're just going to continue checking. We got a possible straight here, and you see the king and the jack, so we may get lucky. I'm sort of feeling it, so I'm going to just call here. Ooh, the 25-cent raise. He may actually have something, maybe a 7-2, maybe some sort of straight's already landed. Alright, we're folding. We got queens on another table. I'm going for the straight. We land it. We land the straight. That's beautiful. These people, they're pretty loose. I'm sure they'll call. I'll just raise it to 40 because they're loose and they're probably going to call. I'm going to try and take down the pot here with an overbet of 30. If he has aces, he'll call me. Kings. It seems like he had nothing for some reason. Alright, it's good that we made our straight, though. I knew I was feeling that. And I am not a mathematical player. I am more of a feeling player. This guy, he could possibly have aces or kings. He may bluff you with a 30 bet. So I think that's what he's trying to do. I think he's trying to bluff. We're going to raise to about 180 here. We are willing to go all in with him because he probably doesn't have a pair. Alright, we're going all in. He's a terrible player. He can't possibly have kings or aces. Alright, and he had aces. That's too bad. Come on, queen. And it doesn't hit. It's really too bad. Alright. Okay, so he, you know, he sucked out on us that time. That's okay. That's okay. I'm gonna rebuy. We're gonna go in for $10. We need to get our money back. You know, he did have aces. He was slow rolling us or something. I don't know. He's a very tricky man. We'll get our money back though. Don't worry. Let's make a note. Pre-flop raised 30, then double, re-raised till I went all in. Alright. And you know, that's okay. That's okay because it happens. Aces versus queens, you know, sometimes I would win, seems that most of the time I lost for some reason. Oh, and he jumps off the table. I guess he thinks... Yeah, I guess he thinks there's too many pros on one table. We're just going to get off this table. We'll go on a different table then. It seems that it's slowing down here. 40% pre-flop. That's always good. Since it may take a second to load. There we go. Alright, we're going to raise maybe 50 cents here. Okay, Spain Highway. Let's see if this place is full. Okay, we get a spot. And we're going to go ahead and place down 10 bucks. Alright, so we got 7 deuce on this. We got 10 on this. This is going to be our double up table. We just got to play a little bit tighter. These two we can still play loose. Alright, we're playing 50 cents here. Yeah, looks like they're all going to fold. This guy might call because he has $31. He's willing to take a little more risk. I guess he doesn't, though. Alright, we get another ace. It's under the gun, though. You want to be careful about limping under the gun. But then again, you don't want to raise under the gun unless you have a really solid hand. So I'm just going to limp. We're hoping to get a straight. Maybe an open-ended straight on the flop. And we just continue to fold here, unless we get some suited connectors, perhaps. Alright, we're probably going to post the big blind. I don't really feel like waiting around. And we're just going to go in no matter what we have. We're going to raise it. That way we don't actually waste the big blind. Too bad we didn't get the 7-2 on the 7-2 table, that's for sure. Alright. Alright, this guy might have some sort of, maybe a jack-2 or an open-ended straight draw. Maybe he just has like a king and he's trying to take the pot. See, there was a lot of people behind us or else I may have made that call. And we just can't get on tilt. We can't let our bad beats get us down. You know, like I lost $5 here, but that's okay. I put in 10, we're going to double up. I got jacks over here. But when we get a razor, I want to be careful about this. I don't know how this guy plays. There is, it was 35 cents, so there's a lot of people going to be in this pot here. We want to re-raise it because it's jacks. You know, they probably have kings and aces. So we're going to re-raise to $2. We want to isolate one player here. He may re-raise, and at that point we're going to call because we need to get our money back. And for all we know, he's going in with a 7-2 trying to win that $1.35 pot. Alright, we got one guy out. He's thinking about it, and he's all in. Can we get another caller? Alright, this guy's all in too. Sixes, king 10. We're really only worried about the king at this point. And we win. We take the pot. That's beautiful. See what I mean? That guy calls with a king 10. Never do that. I obviously showed initiative. This guy, he thought he could hit his trips, you know? He's probably a feeling player too, because if he had done the math, I came out on top almost 99.10% of the time. You know, the other 0.80 or 0.90%, it would have either been a tie or he would have landed his quad sixes. So luckily, I won that thing. Now we can jump on off this table. We've already doubled up our money. You know, we may get the backdoor flush draw, so we're going to put in 5 cents here. And then we are going to only fold everything but aces. We may go and do twos. Yeah, we didn't land our backdoor flush draw, so we're going to fold to any bet. These guys, look at them, just putting in their money. That's exactly what we like on the table. Man, we're doing really great tonight. You know, we're trying to learn some new strategies here. We're trying to be a little bit loose. If the table's loose, you want to adapt. So these guys, I obviously knew they were pretty bad. You know, they were extremely loose. So the re-raise, if it was a tighter table, I may have took that to be aces and this to be kings. Perhaps he's trying to cut off and just maximize his winnings by... Alright, we're going to fold that. By actually, see, he only has 230, so he goes in with aces, and he goes in over the top with kings, and then I call the difference, and if he does have aces, his back is covered, and he can make up for the loss on this guy by doubling up on me. Now, king-queen, I would play this even for a 45-cent raise, because I know they're loose, but I'm going to fold here because it's not aces. Ooh, 40 cents. Now, this is something you want to consider. Let's see, he raised. He probably knows what he's doing. Alright, I'm going to fold here. But he had me covered, so you do want to look at the implied odds. And it was implied that if I went into the pot, I would take it down. Look at him, he just continues to bet. You don't want to mess with him unless you have a hand. Like a made hand, or a very almost made hand. Alright, he folds. Alright, this guy, he's a wild card still. I think he's a little fish. Maybe he's some salmon, some catfish. That sounds good. Alright, we got the queen. We got 2 5s. Unfortunately, those aren't aces. We're gonna have to fold those. And alright, right. We're doubling up on this table. Okay. Okay. While we're waiting on the aces, we're going to go grab another table. Since all we're doing on that table is folding unless there's aces, there's really no need to sit there and watch it. We can always go do something else. Put $5 down. Okay. And we are opening up our range, but unless they're suited, you don't want to go with a hand below, like, say, 9-10. 9-10 suited would be great. Jack-10 offsuit, you'd probably go in with. But anything below a 10, unless it's suited, don't do it, because you don't have that good of odds. You know, just the fact that it's suited alone, you increase your chances of getting a hand by like 5-10%. So you want to make sure that it's in your favor. Once again, not aces. We're going to fold. We got about 4 more cards to see. Hopefully they'll be aces. You know, it's about 110 to 220 that you'll get aces. Every 220 hands or 110. Okay, folding here. It's not suited. We're going to fold here. We want to watch this table really carefully. If we see any fish, we're going to target them. Sometimes you may want to add them as a buddy. On UB, you can actually do that. You just right-click their name and you add as their buddy, and then it pops up in this little messenger here. Somewhere. Here it is, Ultimate Buddy. See, I got a buddy offline. That guy, that BK. Yep, he's a real bad kid that I like to chase around when he's online. And I just steal his money. He just gives it to me. It's amazing. So you always want to make friends with those guys. Every time you beat them, though, you got to make sure not to hit their feelings, or else they may jump off the table. You got to immediately say, "Good hand, man. You would have had me. I sucked out on the river. You know, or great call. You almost had me." You know, you want to try and help them out. Most people, they make a mistake. They start calling people donkeys and typing in the chat, "You're a donkey" and whatnot. And you don't really want to upset the donkeys. I mean, if they're a donkey, they probably don't know they're a donkey. Or maybe they're a donkey and they know they're a donkey. Either way, the donkey's giving you money. And why would you want to bite the hand that feeds you? I just don't understand that personally. So you will rarely see me typing in the chat something nasty. Alright. Alright, we're going to try to steal the big blind. You know, if he calls, we do have a hand. It's a king 10. This guy... I don't know, these guys are probably crazy. We're going to raise 40 cents. This tells us whether or not they have aces, kings, or an ace-king or something of that nature. Ooh, I really want to go in with this hand. Yeah. I don't want to go in that bad, though. 30 cents is way too much for me. Alright, we're trying to take down this pot right here, right now, so we're going to bet... We're going to bet like 90 cents. That's a little over the entire pot. That way, they'll do one of two things. They'll either shove in, because they have the highest pair and they think it's good and it's not, or they will immediately fold. Some people interpret a weak bet for a strong hand, and a strong hand, or I'm sorry, a strong bet, like maybe 3/4 pot size or up. They would interpret that bet as trying to push them out of the pot. However, online, when you have all these ultra aggressive players, they're not trying to push you out of the pot, they're just trying to get all their money in the pot and have you call them. Which is a great strategy on here. You know, if I have a hand, I'm going to be putting all my money in, just one after the other. I may bet 3/4 the pot every time because you don't really want to scare them away. You want to take a look at their chip stack. You know, say he has $9 here. It's 148. See, he's over betting. I would have probably bet a little bit less. It seems that he's calling anyways, though. So that's great. You know, you can always readjust your size based on the player. And you want to keep him in for as long as possible if you have top pair. Unfortunately, he caught the full house that he was going for. Alright, we seem to constantly get bad hands. Just on this table, they keep on raising it, and all we have is really connectors. It's not suited, they're not face cards, so we're gonna watch out for that. Raise about 40 here. It's an ace-10. An ace alone is worth 30 points. The 10, I figure we'll just throw in an extra 10 for him. Alright, and that was the last hand on this table. It wasn't aces. We're getting off of it. Alright. And we didn't really make a hand here. He probably bluffed at that pot. You know, maybe he'll show us. Alright. That guy, obviously, sarcasm. Very nice hand. Alright, 6-4. 6-4. That made 2 pair. Alright. Actually, who won that hand again? Shawnee. Alright, Shawnee. See, that's suited connector, so we're going to go in on it. This is suited, but nobody limped in front of us, so... Alright, so we're just going to fold that. We're going to fold this one. Let's see. Nope, he may have aces or kings, so we're going to go ahead and fold that. Raise about 40 here with our ace-jack. Fold the 2s. He will call pot size bet with no pair, or with low pair. Alright, save that. Fold. Goes all in after re-raise with king for $6. See, that's not good. That means he probably has it, so we're just gonna fold. I know it was an ace-jack, but ace-jack is not a made hand. We don't want to play made hands against guys that know what they're doing. You know, he probably had kings or queens, maybe aces. Okay, we will call their raises, though, as long as it's not too expensive. Like this guy, if this guy calls, well, you know what, let's call him anyways. You know, hopefully we can land something. Look at this guy, he may have landed a straight, maybe some sort of flush. We'll know if he checks. At that point, we're looking for a low card on the turn. See, he's really scared, and we have an open-ended straight draw. So we're going to use that to our advantage, and we're probably going to bet. We're going to try to take down the pot on the turn. We don't want him really... We don't want him drawing anything. You know... You know, why not? Let's do it. Let's go all in. That way, if he has the straight, he'll immediately call us. He hesitated, so I don't think he has it. I think he has like an ace-10. You know? That isn't good. Ooh, that's not good. Ooh. Ooh. That isn't good. That is not good. Alright, we're going to go ahead and put in $10 here. So next time that happens, we can take all of his money. We're going to put a note on him. He's a draw chaser. Draw chaser. He's willing to go all in on the draw. As you saw, I mean, he had medium pair. He went all in with a draw, and he called an all in, which is even worse than actually going all in. And at this point, you know, we can safely assume we may have played that a little bit wrong. Perhaps we should have called the bet, waited for the turn. If the turn was a spade, meaning it's a flush, we would have immediately folded to any bet because we gave him the benefit of the doubt. However, if it wasn't a spade, I think I would have pushed all in on the turn, because then we've lowered his odds of actually getting the right price for his money. In that case, since we went all in, we gave him the right odds. You know, we gave him maybe 10 to 4. So what are we talking about here? That's about 5 to 2, which is really 3 to 1. So every 3 times we play that, he's going to win one hand. So I mean, right here we're looking to do the same thing he did. We're going to bet 70 cents. If we get some callers, maybe an all-inner, we'll go all in too, because, you know, he did it. That means we can do it. You can see he's just calling, so he probably has something good. We're going to bet $2. We want to keep on. We want to get the right odds. So we're trying to make it appear like we had an ace. We don't want him to land a flush. Little does he know we actually have a flush, and we don't want him to land a counter flush, which would be the spade. So we take down that pot. Alright. Man, this guy shoves for fun. We should have known by just his name that he was a trickster. So we got $10 on both these top ones here. We're just waiting patiently. Eventually we will get all of our money back. We will double up to 20 on each table. Alright, we got medium pair here with a pretty high kicker. I'm thinking we'll just bet 10. They'll call. They're trying to go for their straights. If they hit the straight, we're fold. If they raise me, I'm immediately out because I know I'm beat. They probably got trips, and he's probably going for a straight. You got a king queen. Oh, and this guy with a low pair. This guy's a tricky one. I mean, last time he didn't have the greatest odds. I think I'll call him. Alright, this is good, this is good. We have a backdoor flush draw possibility. Alright, we're not going to make the same mistake as last time. We're going to slow play him. You know, he's probably going to raise here. What could he possibly have that he re-raised me with? He may have queens, actually, or kings. You know, pocket queens or kings, and he's just scared that I'll have an ace. See, that turn card does nothing. It doesn't change anything. So we're going to check. We'll see what he does. He may be chasing the flush. Alright, we're gonna go for a backdoor flush here. $1.10, that's the same bet size as before. Alright, we're just gonna fold. We'll let him have it for this. We didn't nail our straight. Alright. That's a tricky guy. We don't want to go up against him unless we have everything. You know, we have the nuts. So we're gonna be very careful about him. I think he was trying to slow play us. That's why I was extremely careful. That is terrible. I can't believe I lost against this guy as well. You know, it's okay though. We can't go on tilt. We gotta keep a rational thought process here. Okay. Gonna check fold this. We're just waiting for premium hands so we can push our $10 all in. This guy with his 40-cent raise. I have an ace. And it's only a 30-cent raise since I have an ace. But we're gonna fold regardless. Let him take down the blinds. We don't really know how he plays, so we give him the benefit of the doubt. He has 2 aces. Oh, I got a 7-2, but we're not on a 7-2 table. Alright, we got some 6s. We may go all in with this hand. Depends if anybody raises us. Depends on if we land our quads. This guy, he's on every table I am for some reason. It's like he loves just sitting there trying to take advantage of me. So we can tell he's probably a routine player. We want to be careful about him. Alright, we just put don't go against him without the nuts, you know. Possibility of a straight flush here. We got kings on this table, so hopefully we can double up. Gonna maybe raise... Let's see. I guess I'll raise 30 cents. We want callers here. I don't think they have aces. They do happen to have aces. I guess we're pretty much done. Okay, we're gonna post the big blind. We wanna look like we're bluffing him, so we're gonna bet half the pot. He immediately calls, so he may actually have something. So we want to take this down on the turn. I think he was going for a flush. And that's probably why he folded. This is a 7-8 and that is suited, so I'd be willing to call maybe a 20-cent raise. I mean, we got pocket 3s here. 30-cent raise. Ooh, from this guy too, and we don't want to go up against him, so we are just out of the pot entirely. Yep, so we're sitting at the table with 2 premium players. So we don't want to play unless we have premium hands. We've learned that the hard way. I don't think anybody at this table has kings, so we're going to try and get him off it. Pocket 2s, pocket 3s. Okay, we're going to try and take this blind down. And we're probably going to get up and deposit that 20 cents. Nobody seems to have a king. I'll bet 40 cents. And that's about the pot. They know we're gonna try and take it down because of that. And we're just gonna end the video here.